remember around 3:30 p.m. I had the last poke salad bowl that we had in the fridge. If I remember correctly, it was a spicy tuna aki poke bowl salad. And a significant reason why I had that meal as late as I did was because I recalled waking up or getting up around 1:15 p.m. on that day. In the time between then and when before Mom and I went to the Willow Inn tonight, which we did we did roughly around 6 p.m. I got a burst of energy to go and work on the Josh Allen styrofoam drawing on some relatively difficult parts, such as the front of the winter knit hat, which I could find a picture of what I wanted on Microsoft Bing. But I could no longer find that exact image of that exact winter knit hat. That says Buffalo on the front on that official store. For all sports apparel. Seems to me they're not selling that hat anymore, which is fine by me. I generally don't have that much interest in sports, at least for the time being. So based off the image I found off of Bing Images, I finished drawing in from the letter B the word buffalo throughout the front of the hat part of the Josh Allen styrofoam drawing. And then right before I took my shower to get ready for the Willow Inn, I finished the shoulder area of the right arm of the Josh Allen drawing on the right side of that styrofoam block. Same shape I used to draw Groot a while back. I think more than a year ago. And then when Mom and I arrived at the Willow Inn, it turned out tonight we had completely forgotten about it since the last time we went to the Willow Inn. Even though they had posters advertising the event that happened today, which felt a bit like another party. Because food was out, even though you could only get it if you bought a dinner ticket for $20. And right on top of the pool table were a bunch of raffle baskets that you could buy blue raffle tickets for a chance to win something. Mom bought me an arm of raffle tickets, which in this case roughly translated to a pack of 14 for $10. Even though I don't think my arm's that long, I simply wrote TJM on the back of the actual ticket part that I put into for those raffle baskets, in which case I put a few into this basket for an alcohol basket that Mom really wanted to win. And then I put the rest into this photography themed basket that came with a $200 photo shoot voucher, with the intention that if I wanted, I would have them take pictures of my styrofoam drawings or something like that. I was also interested in winning the blanket that came with that basket. Since I always like winning a blanket, like I did during a Halloween costume party, when I went to the college at Brockport. Yeah, I sang a total of 4 songs while at the Willow Inn. These four songs were I Only Have Eyes for You by the Flamingos, for my second song, I tried to sing The Home Fire by Louis Armstrong, but the karaoke host didn't have that song, so then I sang Hey Jude by the Beatles. Then for my third song, I sang All She Wants to Do Is Dance by Don Henley. And then for my last song, I sang Sister Christian by Night Ranger. Hey, in between these turns at karaoke, because the Josh Allen styrofoam drawing is too precious for me to bring to a bar to have something potentially happen to it, i.e. a drink gets spilled on it. I instead brought a blank styrofoam block that was the same shape and began work on a project in which I intended to draw a female Lucha Libre wrestler whose costume makes her look like a ladybug. During the time I was at the Willow Inn, I managed to finish her hair, and just about the outline of one of her eyes. I'm probably going to touch it up a bit later, but for the most part, I pretty much got to decide what color to make her skin, which in this case was a bright and vibrant hue of orange. And the beginnings of her face mask, which is going to be mostly black with some white. Had to be careful with it, but I think it'll turn out pretty well. I'm currently here on the research tree. Yeah, at one point, while I was at home and working on making progress with Josh Allen, some packages came in, and one of them was for that new pair of Crocs Mom got me. Rainbow tie-dye Crocs. She had gotten me those Crocs about a week or two earlier. But the other day had to send them back and go a size up for me to make them comfortable because these new pair of rainbow tie-dye Crocs had a sort of black soft fabric inside that made it feel the same size, feel snugger than the older pairs of rainbow tie-dye Crocs. But the Crocs that came in this afternoon felt nice and comfortable, and I wore them with me when Mom and I went to the Willow Inn. And at one point while at the Willow Inn, I think this was around 8:30 p.m. after my second song, which again ended up being Hey Jude by the Beatles. The karaoke host actually allowed me to sing the entirety of that Hey Jude song by the Beatles. Because after the main part of the song, it's pretty much several rounds of na 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 Hey Jude, and then random hey 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 oh my Jude 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 yeah 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 for a few minutes. Oftentimes the karaoke host for the Willow Inn will stop it at some point when it gets to those parts. But they didn't do that this time. It was quite fortunate of us that Mom and I got to even have a chance of winning anything at the raffle baskets and got to spend $10 to support the American Heart Association. It was a benefit held in memory of a man who was a regular of the Willow Inn, who, based off it being a benefit for the American Heart Association, I assume, passed away from either heart disease or cardiac arrest. It has something to do with their heart. It started at 4 p.m. and Mom and I got there more around 6:15 to 6:30 p.m. And after the second song, I initially thought about getting a garbage plate, but then when faced with the prospect of potentially having to have either french fries or tater tots, both of which are potato based and thus not really good for a keto diet, and then even if I got to pick onion rings as a side, onion rings likely have some kind of breading on them, which also wouldn't be good for keto. And thus I instead opted to have a dozen chicken wings. It turns out the Willow Inn doesn't have an option for boneless chicken wings. A dozen chicken wings with barbecue sauce, which ended up being on the side. And I dipped the wings into that barbecue sauce. I gave 2 wings to one of Mom's friends who gave me some of her tater tots. In exchange, and then a little bit earlier, after I placed the order for the chicken wings, while I was at the bar area, someone sat in my previous seat. So Mom got me a chair to sit in. And I tried to get her attention by gently tapping on one of her shoulders. And then when that didn't work, I tried saying, "Hey." And that's when Mom pulled out the chair for me. And so after I sat down at that chair and resumed work on the Ladybug Mucha Libre wrestler, I waved to apparently one of Mom's friends who I hadn't seen before, and she hadn't seen me before. She called me buddy. And it was nice waving to her to get the attention of new to me, one of Mom's friends. Right before I had that poke salad around 3:30 p.m., I made a trip to the corner store that's very close to our home. It's literally a few minutes walk away, and bought a new gallon of whole milk for roughly $6 using two $5 bills that Mom provided me with, since I noticed the old gallon of whole milk was getting pretty low and wanted to get a new gallon to ensure I could have a full glass with the poke salad. Along with a couple sticks of cheese, though I didn't need to replenish that supply. At the corner store. And even if I did, I don't think the corner store sells that. Packs of sticks of cheese.